Welcome to today's duel video. I am a nerd according to this guy. In this duel I'm using my Blackluster Soldier deck, which I've used once before in I believe duel 314. But at that time I didn't realize it was actually a deck request, so I'm actually going to fulfill the deck request portion of it in this video by making a duel video and then the deck request behind it. Let's see. I already have a ritual monster. I'll allow that one. That's a double misclick. Wow. I'm not gonna allow all of them. These ones are okay because they're really quick. But if they're all really quick and he keeps doing it, then eventually I'm just not gonna allow it. But for now it's alright. Let's see. Summon a monk. We could get rid of chaos. Gem a blow. To a drama card from deck to your hand. Interesting. Okay. But this doesn't really help because I don't really want a guy the Fierce Knight or like BLS Ritual Monster because I already have a BLS Ritual. Summon Monk plus Gateway makes 6Cs, especially if I get a second one. Ugh. What could I go to Gateway? Each time monster card is sent from hand or field to the grave, place spell counter on it. Add a ritual spell card from deck to hand. That would work. Summoner Monk. What would I want to go into? I could just go into Utopia the Lightning and... what was that? Please don't let this be a troll. Let's see, I kind of just want to really... yeah, I just want to go Utopia the Lightning and hit him really hard. That's what I want to do. And then see from there. I'll play Gateway of Chaos now in case he wants to like negate my effect or whatever or destroy it later. Gateway of Chaos! I should have actually done that before in case he had some like Herald of Orange Light, even though that's very strange if you would have it. My sub count is I believe 11-15 from the top of my head. I'll just keep dueling right now, but if he keeps this language up, I'll report him. If it's just like one nerd, one fag, I'll ignore it. But if more comes around, I won't be happy about it. I think I'll throw in another dark monster if possible. Yeah, you. Vanish from your grave and a ritual monster. I don't want a ritual monster though, I want a ritual thing. This thing adds a ritual spell. But I don't have a way to get rid of a darkie. Well, Hfaerh Burst would then get rid of something. No, I'll just go with another dark. Evening, twilight, night. Oh, valley! 現れよ。ナンバーズ39。希望オープン。行くぞ。シャイニングナンバーズ39。Unfortunately, I can't detach now and then summon Hfaerh Burst already. Excuse materials being sent to the grave also don't count as being sent from field to grave, so this, my field spell doesn't activate from that, or applies. It's not from sent. Attack! Is this okay? By keeping Utopia's Exceeds Material, Next turn. No, the Utopia is just a requirement for the other thing. I thought it was for the first one as well. I messed that one up. But yeah, the fact I'd prefer not to. Um, I like this part of the effect because next time if I attack, let's say I get to attack him next turn with Ojama Blue won't be able to activate its effect. Just nice. Right, let's just summon Hfaerh Burster. Evening Night. Put this one on the field. Add a ritual monster from deck to hand. I think I'll just stick Super Soldier. What is that? Let's see. Do I take regular? Yeah, I'll just take regular. I really don't like. Yeah, I'm gonna report this guy. I'll take the screenshots off of the duel. And ask another admin to report to even though like it's clear at this point that I did maybe between minor and major harassment right now, going by the rules and punishments table, but like for me, because I'm actively involved in this, I'm asked to not ban myself, even though it's sometimes really clear what to do. Let's see. I can only special summon one once per turn this way. It doesn't say I can only control one. This way, yep. So let's just summon another one. Do I? Yeah, why not? Because when the Hfaerh Burster disintegrate for like Mirror Force, to just get the other one. Another Hfaerh Burster. This one to attack. Utopia goes first, takes out blue, so they don't get the Ojamas. I'll trust that those are the two cards. That would not, like, if everyone in a rated duel, this would be illegal irreparable game set. Sure, they could reveal their hand to not show that there's not a blue or a Jama country in there, but public information needs to be used to verify that. His hand is not public information even if they reveal it, in a sense. You get that? Yeah. So, that stuff. They would need to put them on the field, then put them in the deck. They really are misclicking a lot. Level 2 beast type monster from the deck. Summoning a blue would be smart now. Yeah. They're keeping green? Attack. It was only after I attacked that they took it back as well, which was a few seconds. They didn't immediately make a notice of it and do anything about it. I'll just continue. I do want this to be somewhat of a good duel. Let's see. Cowboy, no, not yet. Estelle, you, no. I want them to go from field to grave, so I'll just keep them there. Because one, would they be destroyed by like Dark Hole, Raigeki, Mirror Force, whatever? This is an interesting one. My monsters aren't too much affected. I'll still have 2,000 here and 1,800 on these two. It needs to be sent from the hand or field to the grave by something else, such as country. Please set up. What is this? Sure, part of them is a troll, but things randomly in the graveyard. I'm just not gonna bother with this one. Oh, zoo controls fusion materials. Okay, 2 blues. Mm. What in the world is going on? Sure, partially, part of them is a troll, but for the rest of us can't read. Yeah, this isn't going. Well, actually, I'm just gonna continue this duel, see what he does, because this is completely, like, I would have won at this point if an admin came in, because he's just messing it up if he refuses to repair it. But I just want to see how this plays out. That was a serious question. This card can attack your opponent directly, but other ones cannot attack. Heartland Draco? Okay, I'll try to not say much in the chat right now to not provoke him in any way. Natural mixture material from this card, this turn this card can attack directly. Yeah, I could just do that twice. That seems like a good idea. Heartland Draco. That still doesn't do anything. Direct attack. It's 2,000 damage because you don't have a face of pajama. Set this card. I think I'm good. Yeah, no, it's illegal drawing as well. Let's see what they can do with it, because there's still not one. Yep, that totally works. Direct attack! And that's how you beat someone who, like, doesn't do it right. Yay! I will see you, well, actually, I'm gonna see how this plays out for a few moments. And then after that, I'll see you in the deck profile section of this video. It ended up being quite an interesting duel. La 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 la. Ah, yeah, the trolling, like, I can't do anything about because it's unrated. And, like, that's not bannable. But I can do something about the harassment, and probably the combination of everything he said might just be enough for... Oh, sorry, yeah, it's this. No, it's not. It's not 103. Anyway, yeah, this doesn't look like it'll end anytime soon. I'll just go take screenshots of the harassment, and yeah, then I'll see you in a moment in the deck profile. See you in a bit. Welcome to the deck profile section of this video. That was quite a strange duel, in a sense, wasn't it? Anyway, here is the deck profile for the Black Luster Soldier deck, with the new Black Luster Soldier cards, as requested by... how in the world do you pronounce this? Hfaerh DS? It's in the title. Anyway, 3 Black Luster Soldier Super Soldiers, because it's a BLS deck, and you kind of have to go for that, because it's good. Destroys a monster, deflects the damage equal to its attack. If it's taken out, you can get a Gaia the Fierce Knight monster. And Gaia is good, because then Gaia can be like, you can normal summon it without tributing. It can help like with the summon of the BLS, especially if you use it alongside this guy. And then if it's tributed, you can just get a BLS monster again. 1 regular, because they don't want to use this guy, because I like it. You can't use this to summon Super Soldier though, so do watch out with that. But you can use Super Soldier Ritual to summon the regular. Mind you, because it can add ritual monsters and ritual spells in ritual decks, that's generally a helpful card to have. I have 2 copies of Wyvern Burster and Collapsed Serpent, because, well, there's lights and darks in this deck, and this helps get stuff on the field. Maybe if you can summon it to the field, then tribute it to summon a BLS, then get the other dragon, and then summon the other dragon, because you distributed the first and it's in the graveyard. 2 Armageddon Knight to set some stuff up in the graveyard, things like Beginning Night, Evening Twilight Night. Would be nice in the graveyard, I suppose. Glow Up Bulb is nice to have there. Jin Disarray of Rituals is a nice card to have in the graveyard as well, or just set it up for something like BLS Envoy at the beginning. Summon a Monk helps set up some Xyz monsters. It sends spells to the grave. None of the spells really want to be in the grave except this guy, I think. This card. What's the exact effect? Let's see. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the grave, you can banish this card, 1 light monster and a dark monster from the grave to special summon a BLS ritual monster from hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So, if you have this thing in your hand, but you don't have this, and you have, I don't know, something, how do you send it to the grave? You can't do it via Foolish Burial or via Mathematician, so it'll have to be Summoner Monk or something. Anyway, if you send Super Soldier Ritual to the grave and you have, like, the materials there, let's say a Jin Disarray of Rituals and a Gaia the Fierce Knight, then you could just summon this thing from your hand. Even though it's not really a ritual summon, it's a special summon, but like, and then you can't revive it later with Call of the Hunted, still useful. I do like that Griff4 is in there though. Why Griff4 and Karibo though? Because together they don't make BLS, and together with like whatever's back there, why can't they just do that with Karibo if that's Gaia the Fierce Knight? No, that has to be BLS. This doesn't work unless they got boosted, because Griff4's level 4. Anyway, where are we? Trudging Gaia the Fierce Knight, already went over that. Beginning Night and Evening Twilight, 2 new mini BLSs, I suppose. Interestingly, the dark one is light, and the one with light armor is dark. The dark one is, both of them, when they are used as tributes to ritual summon a Black Luster Soldier ritual monster, so one of these. The BLS ritual monster gains effects, and one of them is the same, which is you can target 1 monster your opponent control and banish it. The second one isn't. That's different per like which one. This one is once per turn you can banish a random card from your opponent's hand face down until your opponent's next end phase, which I suppose could interrupt like the optimal play that your opponent would want to make. Beginning Night, on the other hand, is much closer to the effect of BLS Envoy, because its second effect is when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends to the graveyard, you can activate the effect. This card can make a second attack in a row, which is pretty much the same as BLS Envoy's second effect. The wording is slightly different, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. The first effect that it gives, target a monster your opponent controls and banish it, pretty much the same as BLS Envoy as well. Sure, this one says banish the target face up, but I believe that was for clarity, because you always banish face up, unless it's stated that it's banished face down for, let's say, Esper Girl. That's, to me, at least to my knowledge, how it is. If any of the admins or ruling people know it's incorrect, link me. If I remember, I'll look it up after this as well. But I'm pretty sure Beginning Night, the effect that it gives to the BLS rituals, also banishes face up. Yeah, that happens. And when they are in the graveyard, as actually shown in the Duel video just now as well, and if they're banished through, let's say, the effect of White Dragon, Wife Burster, and Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, which is another reason you have these dragons in the deck, they can add something to your hand. Beginning Night adds a ritual spell card, where Evening Twilight Night adds a ritual monster. So if you happen to have both in the graveyard and you summon BLS Envoy by banishing them both, then you get your Super Soldier and Super Soldier Ritual and your Super Soldier, and you have enough tributes in your hand, or maybe together with Disarray that's in your graveyard, to summon that. Then you have a BLS Envoy and a Super Soldier, which is pretty nice. I have 3 copies of Chaos Field. When it's activated, you get a BLS Ritual monster or Guide Fierce Knight monster from your deck to your hand, which is really nice to set up for your Ritual summon. So it's especially nice if you already have a Ritual spell in your hand. If you already have a Ritual monster like I had in this duel, it's less useful. Each time a monster card is sent from the hand or field to the grave, also hand, so Summoner Monk applies, or if you tribute monster for a Ritual summon from your hand, Gateway of Chaos also applies. You get counters. Spell counters, and you can have a maximum of 6, but you just need 3 to activate the effect, which allows you to add a ritual spell from your deck to your hand. The reason why I actually run a regular Blackluster Ritual and a regular BLS in this deck, the reason behind that is that Super Soldier Ritual, for the regular ritual summon, for the ritual summon if you play the card from your hand, needs exactly level 8. There's quite a lot of level 4 monsters here, and you could also just use another Super Soldier or BLS Envoy, things like that, so generally it does work. But if you just have, let's say, Armageddon Knight and the Fierce Knight, then you can't make level 8 and you can't summon Super Soldier. So that's, in a sense, why I run this regular one. I know that, the thing is, with Blackluster Ritual, you have to use it alongside Blackluster Soldier. Also, one of each, you have to draw into them both. Then again, yeah, you have your searches with your Manju and a few other cards, like Chaos Field, Gateway to Chaos. In a sense, it's slightly inconsistent, so I'm still not entirely sure if I want to keep it or not. Right now, I do just feel kind of cool if I can just summon the regular BLS and give it effects via, Beginning Night or Evening Twilight Night, which is pretty cool. I like that, but I'm not entirely sure if I want to keep it, so let me know your suggestions on that. 2 Forbidden Lances to stop opponent's cards from affecting me. BLS Super Soldier is a very nice card to have. So if it's destroyed by Mirror Force or banished by Dimensional Prison, anything like that, I wouldn't really want that. A Book of Moon to flip something face down to stop a synchro or excuse me, a synchro or Xyz play that they may want to make. I have an Instant Fusion to summon the one Norden that I have in the extra deck to get one of the quite a few level 4s that I have in the deck back from the graveyard to get an Xyz summon out. Foolish Burial to set up something in the graveyard, generally one of these two. Reinforcements of the Army to get a card, which can be one of your Knights here, or Armageddon Knight. Regular Blackluster Ritual, I have a Mirror Force, I have a Bottomless, I have a Torrential Tribute. Now, as you'll have noticed at the start, there's 41 cards. I don't really know what I wanted to take out. In a sense, I wanted to test it with this amount, not necessarily because it's 41, partially because I want to see if I feel okay with the 2 Forbidden Lances, if I want to make that less, more. Also, I'm testing the regular Blackluster Soldier and the regular Blackluster Ritual. Maybe I'll take those 2 out, and then I'll have 39, and then I want to find a replacement. Some other options are Storming Mirror Force, especially for running against things like Burning Abyss that want to go to the graveyard, or Shadol. This does help with that. Solemn Warning, which can definitely be a good card. So if I would take out like this and this, chances are I'll put Solemn Warning in as the 40th card. And Diamond Direwolf as an option for the extra deck, but I don't really use it all that much. I could also, I suppose, put Solemn Warning as opposed to a different card, because it's very good. I'm still trying a few things out. These are indeed options that are sometimes, like during testing, I switch in and then switch out again, which you can decide to use if you want to. Also, I just realized I skipped over a few cards. Like Belas Anfa, you should know what it does. Pretty easy summon if you have a Dark and a Light in the grave. You can banish the card once per turn, but then it can attack. And if it destroys a monster per battle, you can activate the effect and immediately attack again. I have Mathematician to set up the graveyard with things like this. A 1, I probably wouldn't use it more than 1 even if it was possible. A Glow Bulb, that could also actually be sent to the graveyard. The only synchro I have in the deck though is Herald of the Arclight, which does help out with the ritual summons. Like generally people really know it for what it's used for in Necros, but its first effect could, I suppose, be nice. Although it can work against me as well if I want to do my ritual summons and send these things to the graveyard, so I want to watch out with that. But during either player's turn, when a spell trap or monster effect is activated, I can tribute it to negate the activation and destroy the card, which is nice. And when it's sent to the grave, for example, when I use it for a ritual summon, then I do get an extra card as well, just like how Necros made use of it. Although Necros sent it from the extra deck to the graveyard, but I'll do it from the field. Get me a nice Glow Bulb, generally with Mathematician right here. Wait, Auka, wake up, wake up. That's exactly what you want to send to the grave of Mathematician, just so you make the synchro. Sure, I can still set up the rest, but that's the only way I make it. That's why I put it in the deck. Jin Disrear is also something that could be sent to the graveyard via Mathematician, via Foolish Burial. Because if you ritual summon a monster, you can banish it from the graveyard as one of the monsters required for the ritual summon, as one of the materials. So if this is set up and you have, let's say, your few level 4s in your hand, but you don't want to use them, but you also have a Charging Guide, the Fierce Knight, then you could just tribute the Charging Guide, the Fierce Knight from your hand, and then banish Jin Disrear rituals from your graveyard. Then you have your 8 levels. And interestingly, the monster ritual summon using this card is unaffected by trap effects. So things like Torrential Tribute, Bottomless Trap Hole, Dimensional Prison, they don't affect it. Solemn Warning, yeah, doesn't stop it. Maybe if you wanted to say it can't stop it, then I can understand, because the effect will only apply when the BLS ritual actually hits the field. But since it's a ritual summon, Solemn Warning will have to negate the spell, not the summon itself, because it comes from an effect that starts a chain. Who was awake? Raise your hand. Anyway, the extra deck already went over Norden, I went over Arclight. I have a Gaga Cowboy for the few moments that I do want to use the eternal damage. Isn't a lot. I barely ever use the attack position effects either, but sometimes it is useful. Abyssal just up graveyard effects. Daigusto Emerald to shuffle some things back into the deck that I want. Maestro because I like it. Like the Book of Moon-ish effect, I don't use it too often. It's generally for a defense thing, but the Book of Moon effect can be useful if the opponent has a monster with high attack and low defense. Heartland Draco, one of the most useful times ever in this duel that I've used it. Sometimes I have it in the extra deck, I don't often use it. The fact that I have like field spell like Gateway to Chaos does make Heartland Draco slightly more useful, but it's generally there just for the direct attacks, and it actually worked out in this duel, which is nice. Castellum 101 just because they're good. Black Supercorn, don't use it too often, but at the space, so why not? King Gorgon, like pretty sure it was the previous duel video, not for today, but yesterday that I used it in, that it was actually useful. I was able to even use its effect as well. That was nice. Master Key Beetle can only be summoned with multiple dark monsters, but it can target a card I control, and while Master Key Beetle is on the field, that card can't be destroyed. That could very well be Gateway of Chaos, or even one of my sets if I really want to defend that, stop it from being possibly destroyed by, let's say, a Mystical Space Typhoon. And notice that it's target one card, so it can also be used on a monster. Now I have Utopia in there just so I can go into Utopia the Lightning. Originally, this pretty sure like Super Soldier was it like OCG when I first made this deck. I'm not sure. Anyway, the Lightning is going to become TCG in is it a month I think. So then this deck will be TCG legal. Then I have a Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon because it can take out monsters that are really strong, and Dark Rebellion just looks cool as well. Alright, that was the deck profile for the Blackluster Soldier Ritual deck. Hope you liked it. Person who requested it, sorry I'm not going to try and pronounce your name because I'll probably get it wrong again. Hope you liked it. If anyone has any if anyone has any suggestions as to how to improve the deck, how to maybe work with the regular BLS and the BLS Ritual, extra cards that would say put it in or take it out, any other suggestions, if you've used the deck, let me know your experiences. And I will see you in the next Yu-Gi-Oh video, which will be tomorrow, because I do upload daily. See you then.